Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today we'll be doing a new series on the signs of Qiyamah, signs of Day of Judgment. And inshallah we'll be concentrating on the minor signs and the major signs. You might ask a question that why is it so important to know the minor signs and the major signs of Yawm al-Qiyamah? As Muslims, we ought to know the signs of Qiyamah because thereby we will be able to interpret everything that's happening in front of us as told by the Prophet ﷺ, and it's like a warning for us. It's just like the example, a person is driving in the car and he sees signs of amber light and red light. So these person who is illiterate will not understand these signs, but a person who knows the signs, be aware of these signs, and then he will check his iman, check his deen, check his faith as well. As you know, there have been many books and kitabs written about the signs of Qiyamah, and my source will be the great book of Allamah Qiyam al-Sa'a al-Sughra al-Kubra by Sheikh Yusuf Al-Nabhani Rahimahullah, who was a Palestinian scholar in the late 1800s, and he went to study in Azhar University. So inshallah that will be about my reference today, inshallah. And hopefully this will be a 3-part series. We'll go through the 3 categories of the Day of Judgment. Sheikh Yusuf Al-Nabhani has categorized the signs of Day of Judgment into 3 parts. Number 1 is that those signs which occur but then diminished, they happen once. Number 2, those signs will occur but repeat themselves again and again. And number 3, it will conclude in the major signs. So let's start, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So the first signs of initial signs which have come and gone. Number 1, Maut al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This was the passing of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This was the first sign. You might say that this was a big calamity upon the Sahabas as well when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. Another sign which has come and gone is the loss of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sahabas. Ali radiallahu anhu used to say, لا تقوم حتى يلتمس الرجل من أصحابي كما تلتمس الضالة فلا يوجد. This hadith is narrated in Imam Ahmad. That Ali radiallahu anhu said that, Karramallahu wajha, that the hour will not come until a man will seek and look for Sahabi like you seek something but you will not find them. Another sign is the martyrdom of Uthman radiallahu anhu. Hudayfa radiallahu anhu says that regarding the qatl of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, he said, أول فتن قتل عثمان وآخرها خروج الدجال. Hudayfa radiallahu anhu said that the first tribulation, fitna, was the killing of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, and the last is the emergence of the impostor ad-Dajjal. Just a disclaimer that some of the signs will be interpreted by the Sheikh Yusuf Al-Nabhani in his time, but some signs I'll be trying to put my present times and the present and what's going on with the present times as well. So I'll be adding some comments onto that. Another sign is the battle of the Tatars. قَتْلُ التَّتَارُ وَفِتْنَتُهُمْ. And this hadith is narrated by Imam Muslim Rahimahullah, that the Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, لا تقوم الساعة حتى تقاتل قوما نعالهم الشعر. That the hour will not come until you will fight a people whose sandals have fur. They have furry. ولا تقوم الساعة حتى تقاتل قوما صغار الأعين حمر الوجوه ذلف الأنوف كأن وجوههم المجاءن مطرقة. That the hour will not come until you fight the people whose eyes are small, faces are red, and noses are thin. It is as if their faces are like hammered shields. In another narration by Bukhari Rahimahullah, the Prophet ﷺ said that I will not come until you will fight the non-Arabs, red-faced, flat-nosed, small eyes, faces like hammered shield, and sandals of fur. Another narration it says wide faces and thin noses. Now the word majan, plural majan, means the shielded, and hammer refers to the wild. An-Nawawi Rahimahullah says that these hadiths are part of the miracles of the Prophet ﷺ, because we knew the state of the description given by the Prophet ﷺ as well. If you look at the description of the Tatars, the physical description is exactly how it happened. And As-Subki says that as well, that there has not been a greater sedition of fitna than the Tatars since the creation of the world. And we know that the Tatars, how much havoc they reigned upon the Muslim Ummah, and especially Genghis Khan as well, and how they destroyed Baghdad and all these cities. Another sign is the fire that illuminated the necks of the camels of Busra. Another sign is false impostors and prophets. ومنها خروج الدجالين كذابين كلهم يدعى أنه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كما أخبره. And this has been reported about Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said لا تقوم الساعة حتى تقتتل فئتان عظيمتان تكون بينهما مقتتلة عظيمة دعوتهما واحدة وحتى يبعث الدجالون كذابون قريب من 30 كلهم يزعموا أنه رسول الله. Narrated by Bukhari Rahimahullah, the Prophet said, the hour will not be established until two great groups will have a great battle, and their claim shall be one. Nor will it occur until lying impostors, liars are sent, close to 30 in number, and all of them will claim to be a messenger of Allah. This happened in the time of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and in the time of the Prophet as well. That before there were like, one of them was Asud al-Ansi from Sana'a in Yemen, and the other person was Musaylim al-Kadhab. So the upshot was that there was 27 or thereabouts, more or less, who claimed prophethood. As for the absolute impostors, they are unlimited. From this type, those who claim that they are the Mahdi as well, even today. Because as we know that someone who claims to be Mahdi is in reality not Mahdi. Another sign is the conquering of Jerusalem al-Maqdis, Fathu Bayt al-Maqdis, as the hadith of the Prophet said, وَقَدْ فَتَحَ مَرَّتَيْن. And we know that he's been conquered twice. مَرَّةٌ فِي زَمَانِ Umar. We know that the time of Umar anhu it was conquered. وَمَرَّةٌ فَتْحُ صَلَاحُ الدِّينِ أَيُّوبِيِّ رَحِمَهُ اللَّهِ. And in the time of Salahuddin Rahmatullah alayhi conquered it as well. Another sign is the conquest of Tasiphon, Fath al-Mada'in. The Prophet said in the hadith, إنه لا تقوم الساعة حتى يفتتح القصر الأبيض الذي في المدائن ولا تقوم الساعة حتى تصير الضعينة من الحجاز إلى العراق آمنة لا تخاف شيئا. The famous hadith of Adi ibn Hatim radiallahu anhu, that the Prophet said that I will not come until you will conquer the white palaces which is in Tasiphon in Madain. That I will not be established until female person caravan will travel from Arabia to Iraq safely without freeing anyone. And then Adi ibn Hatim says that I saw both of these events occur in the time of Umar ibn Khattab anhu. And we know that Al-Madain, the governor of Madain, was none other than Salman Farsi anhu, who returned to his homeland after the death of the Prophet ﷺ. Another sign is the destruction of the Arabs. Halakul Arab, yani the zawal mulkihim, their kingdom being gone, diminished. Talha bin Malik rahimahullah reports that he said that min iqtarab as-sa'a halakul Arab, and in another narration in Tirmizi, qad za'ala mulk al-Arab bi zawalil mulk an Bani Abbas. That the narrator is commenting that the kingdoms of the Arabs diminished upon the disappearance of Banu Abbas, of the Abbasi Khilafat. Another sign is kasratul mal wa fayduhu, the overflowing of wealth and abundance of it. Hadith narrated by Shaykhain Bukhari and Muslim. Abu Hurairah narrates the Prophet said, لا تقوم الساعة حتى يكثر المال فيكم ويفيد. He said that I will not be established until you have an increase of wealth which overflows. And then he said, until the owner of the wealth will be concerned about giving his zakah or sadaqah, but it will be refused. The person who refuses will say, I have no need for it. وهذا وقع في زمن عثمان بن عفان رضي عنه. And this occurred in the time of Uthman ibn Affan رضي عنه, when there were many conquests and the wealth of the Persians and Romans were distributed. It also happened in the time of Umar ibn al-Aziz rahmatullah, when a man's charity and sadaqah was refused as he could not find anyone to accept it. And inshallah this will occur again for the last time during when Isa alayhi salam will come again, return, and the distribution of wealth will be so much. Another sign is that mountains will move until zulul jibalu an amakiniha. The Prophet said in the hadith, لا تقوم الساعة حتى تزول الجبال عن أماكنها. But the hour will not come until a mountain will move from its place. And this happened in As-Suyuti reports in the year of 242 that during the reign of Mutawakkil, a mountain in Yemen became dust for the inhabitants and farmers had to move. And as we know that in Makkah and Mukarramah, how the mountains have been dug through, the roads have been dug through the mountains, and roads have been made out of demolishing mountains, dug through mountains. Another sign is regular earthquakes and many killings and tremors. كثرة الزلازل كثرة القتل والرجف. And Abu Hurairah narrates that the Prophet said, لا تقوم الساعة حتى يقبض العلم وتكثر الزلازل ويتقارب الزمان وتظهر الفتن ويكثر الحرج. This hadith is narrated by Bukhari and Ibn Majah. He said, the hour will not come until the following occur. Knowledge is withheld, ilm is withheld, earthquakes are frequent, time passes quickly, fitna will manifest greatly, and killings will increase. This hadith is self-explanatory, and we can interpret it ourselves how time passes quickly, and how knowledge is withheld as well, and how the killings have taken place in our times as well. Ibn Asakir, he narrates the hadith and Urwa ibn Ruwaya Ansari, and he said, Allah said, لا تكون في أمتي رجفة. There will be earthquakes upon my ummah. يهلك فيها 10,000. Some earthquakes 10,000 people will die. Another earthquake 30,000, 20,000. يجعلها الله موعظة للمتقين. And what are the reasons for this? It will be an admonition for the pious, and it will be rahmatul lil mu'minin. It will be a mercy upon the mu'minin, the believers. Wa adhaba lil kafirin, and it will be a punishment for the disbelievers. There have been many earthquakes, major earthquakes throughout history. The first period of Khilafat of Mutawakkil in the year of 232 Hijri, there was a massive earthquake in Damascus. Its ground collapsed, rolled and fell from below creation, and then it reached Antioch as well and destroyed it. Thereafter it burnt the Arabian Peninsula and reached Mosul, Iraq. It is claimed that it destroyed 50,000 people. And others as well, major earthquakes as well, minor earthquakes happen as well. Another sign is al-maskh wal-qadhf, meaning that metamorphosis and transformation happening. Ibn Umar narrates that the Prophet said, there will be in my ummah land caves in and transformation and metamorphosis. A few stories about this. Az-Zawajid narrates that a man in Halab in Syria who used to curse Abu Bakr and Umar anhuma and then died. Some youths agreed to dig up his grave and take the death shroud, the coffin. Yet one of them, when they saw it, he saw that the man had been chained into a pig. They left and burnt the grave with fire. Imam Suyuti Rahimahullah reports another instance of transformation in the year of 285 Hijri. On this occasion, a village in Basra was rained upon with black and white stones. The weight of one of the stones was 150 silver coins. Another year of 240 Hijri, in one hadith the Prophet said, لا تقوم الساعة لا يحج البيت, and this hadith is narrated by Hakim, that the sign will not come, the judgment will not come established until there will be no Hajj to the sacred house. Another hadith, he said that لا تقوم حتى يرفع الركن Yamani, meaning the judgment will not occur until the Rukn Yamani, the pillar of Yamani, is raised. And this happened, the severing of pilgrimage of Hajj happened in the year of 320 Hijri, when Hajj was cut off from Baghdad because of the tribulation of fitna of the Qaramti. Who were the Qaramti? This refers to the extreme Shia group that prevented making the Hajj in more recent times. Another sign will be many deaths, Kathratul Maut. The Prophet said, Urdud bayni yaday sa'a sittan. Count 6 deaths before the day of judgment. Mauti, my death. Then Jerusalem be conquered. Then 2 deaths like illnesses. These refer to pandemics and plagues as well. This occurred and counted in the time of Umar ibn Khattab and his Khilafah with the plague of Amwas, Ta'un Amwas, and then afterwards the plague of Jarif occurred. Moreover, there were plagues and ta'un and epidemics that occurred in other parts of the world. Many leading companion Sahabas died in this plague as well, including Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah radiallahu anhu, Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu, and Fadl ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu. There is a saying by Ali radiallahu anhu that recorded by Dailami, يأتي على الناس زمان يقتتل فيه العلماء كما تقتتل الكلاب. That a time will come unto people when the murdering of scholars will be so rampant, and in numbers will be like the murdering of dogs. And then he says, perhaps in that time the scholars will become insane. Some of this occurred in the time of killing of scholars, in the time of Abbasid Khilafat of Al-Ma'mun and his brother Mu'tasim, and in the time of, as we can see as well in history, in the time of the British Empire in India as well. The second type of signs are those that manifest but do not diminish, they don't decrease. Moreover, they increase until completion. He sallallahu said in the hadith that لا تقوم حتى يكون أسعد الناس بالدنيا لكع ابن لكع. That the hour will not take place until the happiest of the person in the world will be Luka', the son of Luka'. It means the worst of the worst, the lowest of the lowest will become the most happiest in the world in terms of wealth, in terms of dunya. And another hadith, يأتي على الناس الزمان الصابر فيهم على دينه كالقابض على الجمر. This hadith is narrated by Imam Tirmidhi from Anas radiallahu anhu. The meaning of the hadith is that a time will come when being patient and sabr and perseverance in the known deen will be like holding a hot burning coal. Another hadith, يكون في آخر الزمان عباد جهال وقراء فسقة. The hour will not come at the end of times, there will be ignorant worshippers and unrighteous reciters. Ubadun Johal, ignorant worshippers, Quran Fasaqa. There will be intellectuals, but there will be sinners, there will be unrighteous. May Allah save us. Another sign is Allah taqum hatta yatabaha an-nas fil masajid. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal Rahimahullah has narrated this hadith. The meaning is that the hour will not come until people will boast and show off about the masajids. The hadith that hour will not come until that the crescent will be extremely large, the moon, and you will see the crescent twice, and it will be said that there are 2 nights, meaning that people will be doing fasts and after 1 night or 2 nights afterwards. Subhanallah, this is one of the signs of Day of Judgment. Another sign, there will be copious of rainfall, many rainfalls, qillat al-nabat, yet there will be rainfall and yet be less vegetation. And وكثرة الأمراء وقلة كثرة القراء العباد وقلة الفقهاء. You will see many reciters of the Quran and Hadith, but قلة الفقهاء, many less people understand it. كثرة الأمراء, people with many aspiration of being leadership, قلة الأمنا, but less trustworthiness as well. Subhanallah. Another Hadith, لا تقوم حتى يكون الزهد برواية والورع تصنعا, narrated by Abu Naim. The hour will not appear until abstaining is mere narration, meaning that it will just be lip service, and taqwa and piety will be tasannu', or be fake, to be pretentious. May Allah save us. Another sign is أن يكون المؤمن في قبيلة أذل من النقد. One of the signs of hour is that the believer mu'min will be more belittled than a small goat. He will feel so belittled in that time. Inna bayna yadi sa'a fushwa tajara. Another sign of the Day of Judgment is that the commerce and business will be widespread. Hatta tu'in al-mar'atu zawjaha ala tijara. Until you will see the husband's wife will be assisting in the husband's business. And in that time, qatal arham, kinship will be cut off. There will be no relationship, there will be no family ties, it will be cut off. Wafashul qalam, the pen will be widespread. Subhanallah, look at the miracles of the Prophet ﷺ. He said the pen will be widespread. It'll be all common all the time with the pen. And yet there will be zuhur shahadat az-zur. False testimony will be common, and the witness for the truth will be hidden. This is the first stage of the signs of the Day of Judgment. Inshallah, we'll continue this next week. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me a new tawfiq to understand. Remember, brothers and sisters, this podcast is just a supplement to the enormous work of da'wah and should not be used as a substitute, as da'wah is amongst the people, not on a screen. Please like and subscribe this channel to your friends and families. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.